Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How are you today? I hope you are always happy and healthy. My name is Andi Shiva Nifaturiskya, or you can call me Miss Shiva. And I will be your English teacher for today. Now, I'll be teaching you comparative adjective to help you compare the differences between two things. So, without further ado, let's begin our lessons now. Alright class, so comparative adjective is an adjective used to compare two things. We use it to say that one thing demonstrates a high degree or a quality or is a better example of a quality than the other. In Bahasa Indonesia, the keyword is lebih. Jadi, comparative adjective digunakan untuk membandingkan dua benda yang salah satunya memiliki sifat lebih dari benda yang lain. And then, how can we make a comparative adjective in a sentence? The easiest way is by following this structure. A plus verb plus comparative adjective plus then plus be. Now, look at the example. We all know that the frog is small and the crocodile is big. So, to compare them, we could say the frog is smaller than the crocodile. Let's move on to how to form the comparative adjective. For most short adjectives, we simply add the suffix er at the end of the word, while for longer adjectives, we usually add the adverb more before the word. Let's see the example. My house is bigger than your house. Here, big is the short adjective. It only contains B-I-G, and it makes only one syllable. So, we only add er at the end of big, so it changed to bigger. In the next example, sofa is more comfortable than a wooden chair. Here, we can see that comfortable is much longer, so we add more before the adjective. However, making the comparative adjective form can be difficult sometimes. Therefore, we will learn the 5 rules on how to form it. The first rule is one-syllable adjectives. We only add er at the end of it. For example, small, change to smaller. And then the second rule, one-syllable adjectives ending in e. We only add r at the end of it. For example, large, become larger. And then the third rule, one-syllable adjectives ending in consonant, vowel, consonant. So, we change it by doubling the last consonant and add er at the end. For example, big is contained consonant B, vowel I, and consonant G. So, we have to double the G letter and add er at the end. So, big becomes bigger. And then the fourth rule is one or two syllable adjectives ending in Y. We have to change the Y to I and then add er. For example, dry becomes drier. And then the last rules, two-syllable adjectives ending in r, o, or l. For example, clever becomes cleverer, shallow becomes shallower, and simple becomes simpler. Please note that comparative adjective also has the irregular form, which does not follow the usual 5 rules that we have learned before. For example, good changed to better, while bad changed to worse. And fun becomes more fun, many becomes more, and the list goes on. Okay, now that you have learned about comparative adjective with the structure and the rules, let's get into practice. Open your notebook and you need to answer the questions given in a correct comparative adjective sentence. I will give you 15 seconds to answer each question. Okay, now we shall begin. The first question, which is hotter, lava or the sun? time is up. Let's check the answer. The sun is hotter than the lava. Did you get it right? If you do, let's move on to the next question. Which is heavier, blue whale or elephant? Alright, let's check the answer. A blue whale is heavier than an elephant. Next, which is more expensive, jet or sports car? The answer is a jet is more expensive than a sports car. Then, which is lower, snail or turtle? Yeah, a snail is lower than a turtle. And this is the last question. Which is taller, a giraffe or a camel? The answer is a giraffe is taller than a camel. Well done! You did a great job in practicing the use of comparative adjective in the sentences. Maybe that's all for today. Thank you for your participation, and I hope you can use comparative adjective in your daily English speaking. Goodbye everyone, and see you later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.